And we're back.
And we're back with Rala. Rala and baby.
Yeah,
Honk,
yeah.
honk. Rala and baby.
Wah,
the big idea.
Say it anyway. You can say anything there, but people can't tell what it is.
Yeah.
All right, finally. My hairstyle's new, so that's different.
That's cool. I'm kind of facing this way because really, if we're honest, I'm sitting on the wrong side of the camera for my face.
I'm sitting on the wrong side of the camera as well.
That's nice. That's good.
Yeah.
It's good. We're even.
Yeah, and I've got a pimple patch.
Right. I had a whole like eye situation this morning, and we were still like committed to sitting on the wrong side of the camera for us.
Well,
They're pretty sweet, actually.
yeah, because that camera kind of bad for some reason.
This camera kind of bad.
It kind of
This
bad.
camera kind of bad. And also, we moved our chairs so we could touch each other. We
At
felt
least.
too far away when we
It
were
was too far.
recording the first episodes. And so now we moved them closer, and now the mic is on my shoulder.
You don't have a lot of
I
mobility.
touch it a lot of times. But
You could probably move that like this, you know?
I've tried a lot. I've tried a few things. This is one of the worst things I've tried. One of the worst things I've tried is letting you try.
I actually know what we have to do, but we're not going to do it
Yeah,
now.
we're not going to do it at all.
Okay, finally. The big idea.
The big idea today
It's
is
gonna be
Plato
Plato
Symposium. The first 17 pages.
The first 17 pages, no less.
No, well, maybe less, but no more.
For sure as fuck, no more. For the mere reason that we have not read them, and Abby actually hasn't read them yet. But
But I have decided I'll write the sequel.
Ooh,
Yeah, I don't know why that happened.
I need to check that.
All right. Well, while you're doing it, I'll just go into this a little bit. I do think that one of my best things I have going on for me is that I think I'm capable. Like I'll hear you describe 13 pages of Plato Symposium, and I'm like, I could write that.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. And the way that I was feeling about that also, because, okay, so what it is. Okay?
Yeah,
because
please.
we've definitely talked about Plato Symposium a lot. And I was told to read it by my friend Mia, who I talked about. Maybe not enough because I haven't even described her, but that's maybe her own private deals. But what she did say, because one time I got a massage when I was high, which is a thing I do, and I was told you, and this is marijuana, what I am talking about. And I have a sacred thing, which I found out in this podcast, that it's like whatever comes into my brain, I assume it's something for me to look at. And I got this short film, beginning to end, and it's about a surrogate, and it's called The Stork, and like I really like my short film. Like I really like it, and I'm gonna write it with Mia, who's really special, and I really love the way she thinks. And we thought that like the friends inside of the short could be people who are talking about things that really, really matter, because she is the main character, who is a surrogate. She's a charity surrogate. She's thinking about and nobody steal this idea. I'm making it already. It's actually already in the works.
This is the same as one of those R's in a circle. To talk about an idea on a podcast means it's trademarked.
Right.
Yeah, we got a water stamp on this.
Yeah, so if you're thinking there's not a water stamp on this, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
There's a water stamp on this, and one of the Noah
Watermark.
Watermark. Letter
We knew
in sign
that.
language.
We were doing it.
Stamp.
Stamp.
That is lick your thumb, the right one if you're a righty, and put it onto a little letter.
That's nice.
Yeah. That's Auslan. Anyways, to say that Noah Baumbach does that a lot in his movies, where it's like people are disgusting.
People are disgusting.
They're discussing ideas that matter to them, and it's like it is about the dialogue and how they think about these things, and or like families that like talk a lot and like they like trying to figure something out, like the Meyerowitz stories doing collected, which I love.
Oh, and I told you to watch this for your other thing that you're making, but I just watched The Family Stone. I feel like that would be a good one for you.
You did say
about that. Yeah. Okay.
I will do.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really watched like pretty much anything in a while right now. I'm doing a lot of the externalizing thing, not a lot of the Megan thing. Get in there. Anyways, all that to say, that one of the things we wanted to be true in this short, which is maybe going to be like a movie one day or something, is that the characters are really looking at whatever subject they're thinking about together, and like they take it seriously, and they maybe do sort of hangouts. And then Mia was like Plato's Symposium, where what Plato does is that he writes a book, and it's short, and it's him imagining what his friends would say if they all had a banquet where they decided that to look at the like. It's sort of like an ode to the god of love, and like looking at love from all the different ways to look at it. And Socrates is there, and Plato's there, and Agathon is at Agathon's house, like whatever. There's all these different people. There's maybe 7 men, all men. And they talk about it from different places. But this is Plato imagining what each of his friends would say. And also it's so funny because in the beginning it's like, Plato imagining what Agathon says, the reason why he's making everybody do this is because he actually had a couple of conversations with some other friends, and he says what those other friends said about love in order to like set it all up. Funny and like silly, and also really kind of like they think about drinking before. They're like, should we drink today? And then they like really like look at like why should they drank a lot last night and how would it make them feel today? And it's like also if you're having remnants of the drinking that you did last night, you probably shouldn't drink tonight because of the way in which some things are good and like nothing is good or bad, but you can do things well or you can do things bad. And that's like how they arrive at the fact like we're not going to drink today, and everybody agrees. And then they check with Socrates, who's like their wise guy. And then they all go,
he's a wise guy.
yeah. And it's cool because of all of the reasons that I said that are obviously cool. And then also, he writes it, Plato writes it like it happened a bunch of time before his time. I actually don't even know if Plato's there. I can't remember.
So are they his friends that he knows, or these are people he looks up to?
I think they're people he looks up to and his friends. Like he definitely has a relationship with Socrates. That's his mentor.
Yeah.
And they definitely hang out in like his life and stuff. So it's like Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. Like those are the way in which the mentor-mentee relationships go. Anyway, so then they do this, and it's like taking something really seriously, and that was what I wanted. Well, Mia and I will write for this, which is like kind of like they are going to look at this concept of like surrogacy from like all of the ways and like really try to think about it. And like it's such a cool mental exercise to think about what you would think that everybody that you know would say about this thing. Because first of all, it's fun. And also it's so interesting, and you get to think about it like, what if I had these lived experiences, which is similar to the gossip sort of thing, but it's like gossiping about what you think somebody would say about a concept.
Yeah, that's nice.
Well, you really get to like think about what you think about this person also.
Yeah.
And like you're displaying what you think about this person while you engage in their like sort of thought process, like walk a mile in their shoes, but about a concept. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so in the first 17 pages, they're just sort of like setting up the banquet. And they've already said some stuff that's like, obviously the way they thought about women is completely like fucking crazy. And they're like talking about love and like how like there's a higher love, which is a love that is made of from a man, like from a full man. And it's like there's like the intellect is allowed to be there because it's from a man. Whereas like love that come from like the marriage of a man, well, like not the marriage, but like sex between men and women. Sorry to say that word. Is like just of a lower kind of value because it's like
because a woman's got to be there. Because
a woman has to do with it. Yeah. Then I was like, maybe I need to read this again, and then I read it again, and I was like, I think I got what it says because I was trying to give it benefit of doubt. But I have found it to be saying what I thought it was saying. Which is that. Which is like, okay, whatever. This is literally what? Like something BC.
Something BC.
I have no idea about the time frame of this.
Yeah. What I think that is like, it's like the idea that anybody would ask you to construct your thoughts on what you think about even just like a big concept, just like it like brings me alive to like the idea that it's like you can look at anything anytime.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, you know, it's too much. You can't actually. But it's like, oh, okay, we're doing love.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about love?
It's also so much more interesting to set it like a banquet of friends, which really, I guess this is what Sex and the City is. Like, it is, that's why people say that's philosophy. Like, people do say that about Sex and the City. Like, that is a bunch of women doing philosophy. It's like they are dissecting what's going on in their life in order to really engage with big concepts, which is like what Plato's saying there also is like, what Plato is saying there also is like, but also really is like, you can engage with a concept so much more if you allow yourself to engage with other people in a sincere way.
Yeah.
To sincerely try to figure out what they mean by what they're saying really gives you the opportunity to find out what you feel about what you're saying.
And also, like, the idea that you would be requested to think about a subject. Like, that's a thing that is, like, was nice about school.
Yeah.
Right? And that
you
like,
could not appreciate. Not you, Abby, but like
yeah.
us.
But like from time to time, I think you could appreciate it. Like in general, no. But like for somebody, right, and it's that idea, I think, which is like flashlight versus like lantern attention. Like
I don't know it.
lantern attention is like you just like have like a soft glow of attention for the things that are around you. And it's kind of like, I don't know if I'm saying this the way that I heard about it, but this is the way I'm thinking about it right now.
Yep.
Where it's like you're just like there. Maybe you're like on the train, and or if you're in Australia, on the tram, and you're just like you're there and you're kind of just like looking around and you just like have light attention on what's around you. And then there's like flashlight attention, which is like we're thinking about love today. Like, what do you think about love? Like, what do you think that is? And just like the idea of engaging with a question like that and asking like people in my life, because I guess right now, immediately for me, the idea of like a thought of experiment of what I think other people think is not that interesting to me. I'm like, I would rather hear what they really think. I would rather hear people sincerely engage their like abdominals in trying to find what they really believe, because that's an exercise that we aren't doing that much. We're not doing that much because even when we are having conversations, it's not always with people we trust with our whole like heart full of mistakes.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's a special thing about us is we really get to like try to find in this friendship what we think, and if we're like, and we're allowed to like just throw some shit at the wall and be like, is that it? Like peel through it. And we also are allowed to like request clarification and push back. Like, really? Like that's what you think? And that's awesome. And I think the idea of like inviting people for real into a space, and we talked about it yesterday, like, oh, that would be an amazing show to like put on, like we invite our friends to like really present to an audience or even just each other. Awesome also. Yeah. What we think about love in any way that they choose. And also many of our friends are talented, award-winning, critically acclaimed performers. Yeah. But I am so moved at this moment by hearing people talk who aren't that.
I mean, that's the thing really. That's like what I was thinking when you're talking right now. It's like Quaker is like, you're giving people, like you're not choosing a theme, but you kind of are choosing a theme. You're choosing sanctity. And like under that umbrella, which is wide, that umbrella, like it really, like, because it's human experience really. Rob Otten and Josie Long, we could put in this. We could make them talk about that.
Yeah, there's
there's amazing. And
also like really people, I think that those are people who engage with things like this willingly. They move towards it. They're like, they inspire other people to do it. I would love to invite also people who who don't. And
like, we say seriously though.
Yeah, and they would.
They would. They totally would.
I do think we should do this.
Yeah, we probably will.
Because it's awesome. Because even just the idea of that, of being like, oh, like you told me 17 pages, you told me 13. Then you read 4 more. Congratulations.
No problem.
But you even just telling me that, like then my morning pages this morning were like, I wrote a whole extra one just about like what I think, how I think love could be love when it's so many different things. Like, do I think that that is really true? Do I really think that the way that I love my daughter is like this, like that love is of the same stuff as the way that I love my partner, the way that I love my mom, the way that I love my friends? Like, I was like, do I think that, or are we being lazy with a word? And I decided I do think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's a quality.
Yeah.
It's a quality of tether was the word that I kept coming back to. And I was just like, the relief I feel when I let myself swim into a room where I'm just having ideas is just like, I just feel like, oh my God, right. I forgot I could get over here. It's an incredible gift like that you can give yourself to just be like, what if I thought about this?
I know, it's so crazy also that it's not common practice and people can go a whole lifetime without doing that or assuming that they don't do it or also knowing that's like this is a thing that is at your disposal to just do. Like, because I guess that people get scared that they'll enter the room and there will be no water or there'll be no fishes or whatever. Like that there's like, to borrow David Lynch, which I have not read, but I listened to the beginning of.
Oh, did you?
It's very hard to find somewhere to listen to it. It's not on Audible. I don't know why.
I can send it to you, I think.
Oh.
It's the name of that is a big fish.
Yeah.
And it's
Catching the Big Fish.
Catching the Big Fish.
Yeah.
It's David Lynch's like little tiny book that I do recommend listening to as an audiobook because you got to listen to David Lynch talk, and that's an insane experience in itself. And he's like
he really does something with language that is really special.
Yeah. Anyway, it's very good. And
that's cool.
What were you saying about it?
I was saying that that you feel like you're gonna walk into a room and like you're like, I'm not gonna be able to find something to say about this. Which is what?
Well, it's also the way I think it's like there is like a fear of like feeling a feeling and a fear of thinking a thought.
Yeah.
Which is that if I think it or if I feel it, I won't be able to disentangle myself from it. That's what I'll become.
Yeah. Which is what the whole thing was that happened with my mom, that I was like really interested in like, because we were talking about respect, which I already told you the story and maybe I'm not going to tell it. It was like talking about like my sister, how much she respects my dad.
Tell that story.
Well, it was like really endearing watching my sister figure it out because my mom was telling Maya like, you don't like respect your dad because of the way you treat him. Like you like treat him like he's like I always want to say trapo, the word, but it's like the kitchen towelette, like the shitty one that you like get wet and whatever. It's like that's what a trapo is. Like you know which one? What is it called?
Like a
dish towel. Yeah, dishcloth.
Yeah.
You treat him like that. Like you like move him around, and, like you kind of call him bad names and stuff, and like, and she does. Like she has that sort of relationship with my father, who we love. And Maya got really hurt by that, like by her saying that, and she was like, yes, I do respect him. At first she got angry and like she was like, stop saying that, like wanting to cry about it. And then I was like, but like, no, it's not like respect what you have for him, but there's also like this kind of spectrum that we were talking about, which is like, we have a friend who used to call her dad like Mr. Daddy, kind of in Spanish. Super weird, but also it was like she was scared of him. Like it was a very fearful relationship. And there was Mr. Daddy on one side, and then there would be like the way that Maya treats my dad on the left side, like really far away from each other. I'm like, which I guess the way that Maya treats him, like we would just like encompass that, like no respect, and then Mr. Daddy respect. And I'm saying like in the Mr. Daddy respect to the no respect, you are no respect. And she was like, I watched her figure out like what respect means to her. She was like, it's not that at all. Like it's just not that at all. Like I respect him so much that is not in question whether I respect him. So much so that like the way I engage with him could never do away with the respect that I have for him. His value to me is intangible. I would never, like she does do so many things that show him the respect. She's like, whenever she's making a meal, she'll call him, even though Maya knows how to cook really well, but she gives him the place of like, this is something he definitely knows about, and like she will get something from him if she calls him and engages with like the making of a food with my dad. And like, she also like really tells him what she thinks, and if she had sex with someone, she'll tell him about it, you know? And like she will like there was an amazing thing that happened that I've never told you about also. That was my sister has a really close friend who had just come out of the closet, and he came over to my house, and he had a really hard time coming out of the closet. Like it took him a long time. Like he was maybe 24 or something. And he came over our house, and my dad was talking about how the Argentinian president had a trans son, and he said something kind of like really like I would hate that or something in a way that was like nasty. And Maya kicked him under the table like really hard, and my dad was like, "Oh, what the hell? Like, what happened?" And then like the conversation didn't continue, and then my sister's friend left, and the coming out had been not so far away from like that day, and my dad was nasty about it. Like he like allowed himself to be like really like playful with the nasty subject and like say things that were not nice, and Maya was like so angry at him, like you cannot, like you don't understand, and like to the point where my dad ended up calling my sister's friend and apologizing. And like it was really cool, like, and my sister's friend was like, "Don't worry, Kiko, like seriously, like it's completely fine," but like it isn't. And he was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't think how that would make you feel, and I don't think about these subjects, and I don't have this experience, and I'm sorry." And it was like, right, that's because my sister respects him enough to see him as a person who can change.
Yeah.
And she gave him that opportunity, and he took it because he's a respectable man, you know? Like, he's cool in that way. Like, he's willing to fucking call a 23-year-old and apologize to him being a 68-year-old, you know? It's very cool. And Maya told that story, and she's like, you don't think that's respect? And it was like, totally, man. Me and my mom were like, totally. It was really a wonderful moment of like we got to look at that subject actually and figure out what we actually thought about it, not what like the idea of respect in general, because sometimes when you don't look at something, you don't even know what you actually think respect is.
Yeah.
So you mistake it. This is why you look at love and then you go, wait a minute, the thing I'm actually having with this person isn't love, because when I describe it to myself, this would never be included in it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's an opportunity for you to find out what you actually think, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And we found out about respect through Maya there. It was really nice. And like, it was like, we had a whole conversation with my mom, because my mom has this thing about like, she doesn't let us call her like stupid bitch or something.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I want to. In Spanish also, it's like, oh my God, what are you, fucking stupid? But like, you would maybe say pendeja or something, which is like a little bit like a playful word, but it's still like stupid bitch kind of.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, remember, I am your mother. And it's like, you are not that person in any other situation. And yet with this word that means actually nothing, and like, you know how I'm saying, and the intention isn't part of it, I don't understand. And she was like, my mom didn't like it when I would call her these things, and I never called her those things because I respected her, and I just don't like it. And I'm like, okay, but let's look, what don't you like? She's like, I just don't like it. I was like, okay, why? Because my mom didn't like it. I'm like, you're 63. That's not an answer to me. Like, I'm not, like, I'm a little bit annoying right now also. But it's like, I don't really want to have a conversation with my mom where it ends because my mom said it.
But there's like, what I think is like really nice about the Mr. Daddy, which is so funny and you should write about as a character. But it's like that respect was like respect as fear. And that is not what your mom is like giving you. Like, I don't want you to call me that because of the fear. But there is a respect that is actual respect that you could show your mom in that thing by being like, I'm going to give you gentleness.
Yeah.
And so like, and
yes,
that you can also still engage with this.
Yeah.
But not by like poking your finger into the wound she has about her mother.
Yes.
But by being like, okay, I won't call you that. Could we talk about that sometimes? Because it interests me. It doesn't line up with what I know about you.
Yeah. Totally. I think that's very true. And I don't think I was the way I'm being exactly right now. I think the way I was being is like a bit more like, but wait, like, how can you say that?
And that is awesome. And
Yeah.
that is like such a cool thing about your family that I love. That is like, you are doing that. You are engaging in that in those moments where it's like, it doesn't have to always be like, you don't have to always like reset the room to have the conversation. Like, you can do it there. That's nice.
Yeah. It is nice. And it's also like, it's a product of like the way in which they wanted us to be, and then they're annoyed of us for being that way. Like, that's like the thing where you go,
oh yeah, I got that big time with my kids.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like, yeah, I wanted to have a daughter who like had who wasn't just doing things to please other people. I got one. And I'm like, what the hell?
Will you please?
What the hell? Could you just make it nice?
Yeah.
And now she's getting to a point also where she can see that she's like a teenager and she can see also
value.
the value in making things go nice. But that is not like where she is coming from as a person, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Which was like one of my biggest wishes for like how I could raise a child. But when you get it, you're like, fuck off.
That's really cool. You should stop and realize that about you right now.
About which part?
Well, you sometimes say about you not feeling like you can be fully the way a parent you want to be, the way you want to be a parent. Like, it's always that struggle.
Well, because the way that you want to be a parent, the way that I want to be a parent is the ways that feel good.
Yeah.
So like playful and nice
But
and
it's not-
funny. And I am good at that
You
stuff.
are
I'm
good at that.
So,
But also-
the fact that it's not all the time, right, gives space to also the way that things should be a different way. But God damn it. Yeah.
Just saying.
Interesting things to think about, yeah.
Just saying. You just said it. Maybe
Yeah.
think about it later if you want.
Yep. Okay, if you were going to give me an assignment of what to think about exactly in like 1 to 2 sentences, what would it be?
It would be that you might have already, in creating the circumstances that make the relationship a little bit rougher around the edges, have done a thing for your daughter that she will have for later. But it's making this maybe a little bit harder now.
Yeah.
But thank goodness.
That's nice.
Maybe that's the assignment.
Pretty good assignment.
Oh, low battery.
Oh, that's probably true. But does it matter actually? Because it's plugged into.
I guess it doesn't matter.
How much time is it we've gone on this one? This is great podcasting. This is what the people want.
This is what we have at 26 minutes. But maybe I'll just put the brightness down a bit.
Yeah, put it down.
And maybe I'm going to close some of your 1,000 apps that are open, and that will help also.
I closed a lot of tabs after you complained about this last time.
Okay, good job.
Tons of tabs were closed. Yeah, sometimes
It's just the closing the tab part.
I am one of these people who like, I'm like, oh, like, seems like I really have things pretty good together. And then I look at my like computer desktop and I'm like, maybe.
Your computer desktop is crazy. I think mine is crazy. Yours is crazy. My fucking computer every day says, would you like to install this thing that you've been saying you'll do tomorrow for 782 days?
I think that's like a religious experience, what you're having there then actually.
Yeah.
And don't take that away from yourself.
No chance. There's
Allow yourself to be reminded that every day you have the opportunity and every day there's usually a tomorrow.
Literally every day there's usually a tomorrow. I feel quite sure about that.
That is the name of the movie we're going to make. We're going to cast Daniel Craig.
Every day there's literally tomorrow.
Every day there's usually tomorrow.
It's good. I don't feel anything about Daniel Craig.
I when I was saying the name, I was like, is that the guy?
Is it?
Is
Blue
it the
Eyed?
guy? Yeah, he plays James Bond. I was picking one I didn't care about. Cool. Cool, Daniel Craig, if you're listening to this, we don't care.
But we want you for a movie. We couldn't give a rat's ass about your performances, but we want you for the movie.
Yeah, we need somebody who's like, it's going to be a serious movie. People are going to know when you're on the poster.
Oh, he's a Knives Out guy, which I haven't watched.
Yeah.
But God, is he in there?
All right, let me tell you some more about what I was thinking about this love thing, which
Yeah,
unfortunately
absolutely.
I have told you a little bit about.
I
but
loved
I feel
it.
like this is going to be a good one for us to engage with.
I really think so. I love it.
But I was thinking about what makes something love instead of like responsibility. Or
This is awesome. I'm having a great time.
me too. Diedrich.
What makes something love instead of responsibility? Yes, please.
Yeah, well, I think it's like there's like a tether, like a rope that connects the two of you. It doesn't have to be a rope. It could be like I don't know. It could be a bungee cord. It could be whatever. You're connected to them with something that is like you can feel it. You can feel that you are connected to these people.
Like Leash. That's what I was thinking, to connect myself to my Auslan interpreter through a leash.
But the leash thing, I've been thinking that's when it feels to me like it's not love.
Yeah.
Like when it's a leash, it's like either around your neck or it's around their neck or sometimes around both of your necks.
Yeah.
Leash neck to leash neck. And it's just like, and then you're like, this is not the same, because there can be there are hard relationships that I have that I can still tell are love. And I think it's like about like the gravity of the scenario that you're in. So it's like, I was thinking about like, my like romantic relationship, because like my romantic relationship, we're raising a family together. We've been together a long time. We love each other the most, but it's not always easy, and it's not always like it's not always like, but it is always like necessary. So it's like, I feel like that one's like in water, and we have like a pretty long tether from each other. Now I'm in Australia, and that is okay in that relationship, which is awesome. But like we're in water, sometimes we have to like hold each other up and make sure that we take turns breathing, but we're like, and sometimes it does feel like we're like dragging each other down again. We have to like re-buoyant ourselves.
If you're in water, but you're human beings, so like you still have to breathe at the top.
I think so.
Right,
Yeah. But then there's like also like there's some relationships where I'm like, it's on land, and like we have to be careful because like, oh, we're like at a campfire. We have to make sure our tether doesn't go in the fire. We have to like be aware of our relationship around what's happening. And like sometimes it's just like awesome. You can jump rope with it. It's incredible, but you got to be like cautious in a way where it's like you could also trip. These kinds of things, but you don't want to cut this tether. Like this is not one where you're trying to like rub up against every sharp corner and see if it can finally like let you go. Like you feel connected to this person and you're saying that. And then like I was also thinking about some relationships I have, like deep friendships that I would not want to get rid of, that feel hard, like they're on a different planet full of more gravity. And it feels like when I engage with that, I'm like, ugh. But I know it's worth it for me, and I just feel connected to that. Even if we don't talk a lot, even if we don't whatever, I'm like, that's one that it's getting kept.
Yeah.
And I have relationships with that. I have relationships that feel really easy, and I feel like, but the tether doesn't feel as thick. And I was thinking like about ours, like I feel like ours is like we got a long cord in space, and we can just like rush towards each other, and like it can go so fast because we're like, it's like there's no gravity, and we can be like, oh my God, there's no gravity. Like people thought this was impossible. And it feels incredible. And then we can like push off against each other and go like totally different directions. And it just most of the time feels like, wow. Like people said it couldn't be done. And then sometimes you run into the end of the rope and then you go like, oh, like
a little pull.
Yeah. And but it never is like, should I get off this rope?
Yeah.
It's like, a thing to remember, a thing to look at, a thing to remember. Anyway, I think that this like tether idea for me was like, it felt really clear when I went through my relationships, what I look at. And like the way that like, for instance, like I love my mom, and that is not like easy all the time, but it is like nourishing. And I get to have it. Like these relationships, they're the relationships that I just feel like we're tied to each other. Oh, and then I thought of this one.
Yeah.
Well, like sometimes you don't feel that about people, and then it's like a black light turns on. Like something happens, they do something sweet or like vulnerable, or like you see their show, and like it's like somebody put on a black light in the room, and you can see you're actually like connected by like liquid strings or like spider webs, and you're like, oh my God. But then also like it's just not something that you feel like all the time, but it's like you can be, oh, wow. And I can feel like that about groups of people. Like I don't think about them. I don't feel like necessarily tied. But then if we're in the same place, like the people that I went to summer camp with, for instance, if we're in the same place, I'm like, I just feel like these like shoots of light coming off towards them. And I'm like, oh my, right. And I love you, and I love you, and I love you.
Yeah.
But I'm not pulled by that in like my life. And I can have nice interactions with like tons of people all the time, but but I know that there's not really we're just like bopping. We're like floating along in the same thing.
Yeah, but a light tether is a good way to think about it, because it's not like it is there. Like there's a light going from you to them and back.
Yeah.
But it's not maybe like completely tangible, concrete, graspable one.
Yeah.
And also it's nice to think about like the fact that there are some that you have that are nourishing in the way that they allow you to have more of the other ones.
Yeah.
Like because you have like, because of the way in which you guys are connected to each other, it feeds the new ones that can come out.
Yeah.
That's really cool too. This is awesome. I think this is going to be really nice for people to get to listen to.
I hope you're enjoying this.
I hope you're enjoying this, because it's like, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think it is really like also because like you also like where you're tethered to different people. I feel like that's a thing. Like,
wow, okay, and the way that I feel about you and my mom, which is like an interesting one, which is kind of like your tether with me, our tether, is facilitate my tether with my mom, which is something we have talked about, but also it's like because sometimes it's harder to love somebody because of the specific way that like the tether was built, which is like when it's from a mom, it's like it's your umbilical cord, really.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're talking about, kinda.
Yeah.
And when it's your umbilical cord, the necessity, like the essential nature of it.
You want to spend a lot of time proving you don't need it anymore.
Yeah. But that's also interesting in our relationship because I also tend toward that, or I have done and have regretted it, which is like if you like, I at the place that I'm in right now that I'm trying to think about myself a lot more like, oh, I want to be active in the choices that I'm making about my relationships, and like I don't want to have an ego-centered way of relating to people. I want the relationship to exist exactly as it is. Ego-centered way of relating to people is the thing that makes you want to control them. You make them, you can't love them exactly as they are, but you want them to be a specific way in order for you to love them. And that's not really what feels like love. It feels like control. It feels like fear. And also like it could be that you love them, but like it's like you are like dissecting the tether to see if like they are worthy of you being tethered to them or something. Like rather than like just like having them fully it be exactly what they are, because obviously like different tethers make you feel different things, and like relationships mirror you and the place that you're at. You can't help that part, which is why a lot of people don't want to be in deep relationships because they show you what you're like and they show you where you're at, and they ask you questions and they make you feel like you really want to be saying that. And then it's like, wait, if that is something that makes me really afraid, like if I don't want to be saying that and I have been saying that and that now rocks my core, I don't want to have anyone around that's going to ask me that. But if I don't mind being asked that, because I can go, oh, no, I don't. I can say this other thing. I actually mean that a lot more. Then like everything's lighter and the relationship is like just a gift really and not a threat to my identity. All that to say, like, I think that when my mom relates back to me how I am in the world, or like when my mom is highly sensitive, or when my mom is crying about everything, there is something that is born inside of me where I go, please stop. I'm like, you can't be this sensitive and be alive. But when you do it, which is the exact same thing, man, like it's not even different. I love it. It makes me cry. It makes me feel it too. I get to appreciate it in its fullness. I get to like, yeah, it doesn't ever make me feel like you're being stupid. It makes me feel like you're being like exactly right. And that makes me notice how my mom is being exactly right. And like, I am just not allowing her to be exactly what she is because it is difficult for me to realize where I come from, I guess. I don't know if that's the end of that sentence, but like, it is difficult for me, and I'm not entirely sure what it is. It's not always difficult for me, and it's getting better, and like, I'm working on it, I'm thinking about it, and like, this relationship makes me feel like I'm working on it because of the ways in which it's easy for me to love you and see you. And then when I'm with my mom, which I just was, yeah, I can like, she can be a whole person on her own without being first my mom.
Oh, Kima Bob said something really smart about this.
What?
I was on a little road trip with Kima Bob, and she's really great to talk to.
She is really great.
She said something like, I'm trying a new thing. I'm not going to try to do a Kima Bob impression, but she's got a great voice to listen to. I'm trying this new thing with my mom. And it's where I think my mom, I try to stop thinking about her like my mom. I try to think about this really cool, nice lady is coming to visit me. And she's like, and I was like, I'm going to try this theory out. Yeah. Because it's true. And what is really interesting is I'm a mom. And I'm like, I'm also engaging in this with my mom with a lot more generosity than I used to have before I was a mom. Because now I'm like, we got to figure this out quick before my kids are whatever. But like, I have this thing with my producer, Jenny, where my producer, Jenny, like cosmically in the world is just like someone is easy for me to love and I feel warm and good things about. And she literally texts me at the same time, the same question as my mom all the time.
Crazy. All
the time. She is texting me, where are you? Are you safe? Is everything going okay? Do you have what you need? because she's my friend and my producer. My mom texts me the same stuff. Pisses me off.
Yeah.
Jenny texts me the same thing. Thanks, Jenny. Thanks for looking out for me, Jenny. Yeah. Jenny's like, will you please text me at every airport that you're at, every step of the way, so that I know like everything's going okay. I'm like on standby. Yeah, absolutely. My mom wants that from me. I'm like, you are making it harder for me to do that. What I did on this last thing when I was flying to Australia, I would just copy paste the same thing I sent to Jenny to my mom, because I was like, I know that's the energy I should be able to access with my mom.
Yeah.
Gonna try faking it till I make it at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, it's not simple, the relationship with a mother. It's not simple. It's permeates everything for like the majority of your life, and then later like in ways you can't even imagine. And also like death is part of it in a way that's like not part of any other relationship. That part is so ginormous.
Yeah.
Because you know the whole time, which is what you say to your kid. What do you say?
Sometimes I say to them, I say, wow, you're going to think about this when I'm dead.
But it's like, yeah.
Or like, you're going to love this when I'm dead.
Yeah.
You're going to like love this when I'm dead.
I think that is
My
a generosity.
It is, honestly, because I, and I know that from experience, because my grandma used to say all the time, she would say it about things that I liked that she had. She did have awesome things. She'd be like, and when I die, it will be yours. She's saying that all the time. It made me sad. But also, like, the way she was about it liberated me to consider the idea that, like, that wasn't, like, necessarily sad for her, that she wanted that for me, that she was like, that was cool for her.
Yeah.
And now I say it to my kids, and I see sometimes my daughter like can think about things in a different way. If I like just like remind her that like maybe this perspective that we have on it right now is not going to be the perspective we always have on it.
Yeah.
And she's incredible in that way, is that she does. I see her clock that. I see her calculate that possibility, and like, that's awesome. She's very cool. But yeah, I think that is like, it's like, we were talking about this the other day about like, we were talking about an old person that died, and then their son like kept living, and I just like had this feeling in response to that was like,
my dad.
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
Because it wasn't really about that, but
yeah.
it was like right, because like so your dad and his dad had a beautiful relationship.
Yeah.
And then I just like had this like feeling wash over me, because I could really imagine that the beauty in that relationship.
Yeah.
That like, and then he just goes on living. It's like the nerve.
Yeah.
The nerve we have.
Yeah.
To just like continue on after our parents who loved us so well.
Yeah. And also,
We can only have it because we like create this
distance.
Yeah.
But also, like, because they are constantly giving us permission to. Like, I think that that's part of it. Like, you will enjoy this when I am dead. It's like, you will enjoy this when I am dead.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, like, there's something that's really nice for me to notice, too, which is, like, when my children feel disdain for me, and they do.
Yeah.
It is not, sometimes it pains me. Sometimes I'm like, wouldn't it be nice if we could just have it be nice? But a lot of the time, I am getting something from that also. Don't tell them.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, there is a way that I have been forced to assess myself because of the truth that my children reflect back on me, that I'm like, I'm thinking better now. I'm thinking better now, because what I'm going to lie to, it's so easy to lie to your own goddamn face. To lie to your child's face. You must at least acknowledge to yourself that that's what's happening. So, like, there is, like, a way where, yeah, I mean, I created another set of eyes to look at me.
Whoa.
So I'm going to what? Not see what they see?
Yep.
I see what they see, and sometimes it's like they come in, like, I haven't pooped alone for 14 years. But, like, now I know it, like, nobody is confused about the fact that sometimes I'm on my phone in the bathroom. That is a reality that I must know now. I don't want to know it. I wish it weren't the truth. And if people didn't see it so often, I could pretend it wasn't.
Yeah.
But like that's like a real clear thing where I'm like, I don't want my kids to do that.
Yeah.
And I am literally like hiding in the bathroom in order to like, because I'm like, I don't want them to have a bad phone habit. I'm going to go in the bathroom and be on my phone so that nobody knows and so that I'm not like showing them that this is an important thing. They just come in the bathroom and see me in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Just an example. But anyway.
It's a good one.
Yeah. But like the thing that I get from them, like, and the way that they respond to me, it does not hurt me in the way that I like fear now that I have hurt my mom or that like whatever. Like there's both things you get from that.
Yeah.
And my mom can really, really laugh about herself, which is like a danger zone because it's my favorite thing to make my mom laugh really hard. She's the person I've laughed hardest with in my entire life. We have the same laugh when we really get going, and then we like do it the same breath patterns, and then we're laughing about that because we're laughing the same, and goes on and on. Sometimes my daughter will be there, and then it's three of us, just like the same.
Wow.
And then we just like die. But it's the way I can make my mom laugh the hardest is by like teasing her. But that also like can just so easily cross over into like hurting her. So it's like a very gentle, and that's one of my favorite things about my mom is how hard she is able to laugh at herself. And I hope I got that too. I think a lot of the time I did. And I love that. It inspires me so much. But then I'm always like, my finger is on the trigger and you have to pull exactly the amount of. It's good training. It's good comedy training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, about sensitivity and that. Cool. Great. Well, we actually did talk about Plato's Symposium.
How long did we talk about it for?
48, 46.
Oh my God, we're good.
And we did it. We started at least.
And this has been Rala and Baby. Rala and Baby.
The big idea. You forgot? Boom.
Join us next time.